Everybody do me a favor. Stand up. Yes, you guys too. Put your arms up. Oh, I know you're feeling it. You've been sitting here for a little over an hour now. Everybody good? Take a deep breath. Sit down and relax. My name is Jay Prothro. I work in the Southwest region for PHMSA as one of the cats. And I have a cohort in that endeavor, Bill Lowry. Some of you probably know Bill from interaction over the years. I like to consider myself among this group as still one of the new guys. I've been with PHMSA approximately 2 years after retiring from the industry. I worked for a number of the operators over the years and spent about 30 years doing a little of this, a little of that. And retired, got bored very quickly and decided I can't do this. Convinced my wife that it was right for me to go back to work because she fought me on that. And ultimately ended up with PHMSA. So what drove me this direction, quite frankly, is I spent the last 6 years of my career developing large-scale wind farms. And you know, moving from the pipeline industry into doing something like that, I thought, this is a good thing for the environment. This is a positive thing. This is something I can help contribute and kick back. Plus, it'll make my kids proud of me. And it did. They were very excited that I had changed what I was doing over the years, although they appreciated that because it provided for them the things that they enjoyed most. They were excited about me getting into the wind business. Wow. What a surprise for me that I would have to go out and face all the folks that are concerned about the birds that get killed, the bats that get killed, and they're so ugly. They don't look good in our environment. I don't like these. I will tell you, in 6 years, I built 3 wind farms, one in South Dakota, one in Kansas, and one just south of Wichita Falls, Texas. The landowners were the key part of that. They made the success or they caused the failure of the project. And that's what drove my life for the last 6 years I was in the industry side. So when I started looking at joining the PHMSA group, sorry, this is bad. I do this. I start talking, I forget to switch slides. When I decided to join PHMSA, it was because I wanted to continue to give back to the folks that made me successful through my career. Landowners have been a key part of my life for the last 32 years now. Anything I've done, I've had to engage with landowners, sit down with them, and I will tell you, I've drank coffee at 2 o'clock in the morning in a farmer's house and sat there and talked to them from midnight to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning about what I was trying to do and what I wanted to accomplish, the benefits to their society, the benefits to them personally if they contributed or participated in the program, participated in whatever project I might be working on. So I'm going to tell you, if there's a conversation that has been had with a landowner, I've had it. And I'll tell you, we've talked about children, we've talked about their children's divorces, we've talked about the grandkids going to jail because they shot bottle rockets at a cop car that drove by in the middle of the night. I mean, it just goes on and on. How about the guys that tip the cows or the outhouses? We've talked about all of that stuff. I will tell you, you guys, our landowners, our interested parties, you make or break what we do as a group in total. So that's what led me to PHMSA. I wanted to be a part of something to give back, to help contribute, to help try to make things better, to bring safety. You know, I've got 6 kids. I've got 3 grandkids, and I want them to grow up in the same kind of environment I did, safe, secure, not having to worry about a lot, with minimal risk. And that's what I see that we do. We contribute. We go out. We talk to people. We try to help people understand how this business works. We try to help the operators understand how the landowners, the homeowners, and everybody out there that is not in their business, how they think about things, how they view it. Help them try to maybe migrate their way of thinking, minimize some of their resistance, and help them empathize with the landowner. Now, I work in the Southwest region. This is a snapshot of what it looks like for us in New Mexico, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas. We've got a lot of pipe. We've got the most pipe in the country in our region, and consequently, we get a lot of calls. Now, we report the calls to Karen because that's what we need to do, but there's many calls we get that are kind of interesting. I can't tell you, I've had at least 3 dozen calls in the last 2 months on, how do I get my permit for my truck? You know, I want to put some trucks on the road. So because we're DOT, we get all kinds of calls. But along with that, we get a lot of concerned calls from concerned folks. Our headquarters, by the way, our Southwest Region headquarters is in Houston. It's been there for a very long time. That group is made up of roughly 50 people. About 45 of them are inspectors. There are 8 vacancies there right now, so if you have any interest in becoming an inspector, I'm sure Rod Seeley would love to hear from you. So please go on the website, fill out an application, give Rod a call, let him know you're interested, because I know that he would very much like to fill those still vacant positions. What we do as CATS is we get out and do this on a regular basis. We meet people, we go out, we participate, we volunteer, we contribute, help where we can. The best part about an event like this is we're all together, which doesn't happen very often. That gives us an opportunity to share with one another our experiences and the kinds of things we're encountering from region to region. And they do vary. It's very interesting how if you go from California, storage is a big thing out there right now that Tom's been dealing with. In Texas, that's part of our life. We've grown up with storage and pipelines. It's so the interests or the concerns are somewhat different or tilted in a different direction based on the region you're in. The underlying principles for what we do, this sums up to me the foundation of how I approach my day. And that is that the pipeline operator, by far, owns his pipe. He knows his pipe. He knows the idiosyncrasies of his pipe. He knows how to operate it, how not to operate it. He knows what he should and shouldn't do. But he understands it better than any of us possibly could. And so our engagement with them helps us understand better and helps us devise a way to interact and make things as amicable, as smooth, as accepting as possible with our interested parties. Our role as PHMSA primarily is we set the regs, and then we ensure the operators comply with the regs. We make sure they do what they're supposed to do. We check up on them. We go through their records. We look at things. We look for little things that don't make sense, and we question, and we question, and we question some more. Communication with the operator, communication with the landowner, communication with the state, the federal, the local agencies, communication with our own coworkers is so important for us to understand and grasp what's really going on out there, and it helps us pick up on little idiosyncrasies that we might not otherwise catch as we're doing our evaluations, our inspections, our audits, to try to help the operator do better. Because look, let's face it, folks, the last thing an operator wants is to have any kind of incident. They don't want to hurt anybody. We don't want to see anybody get hurt. And so their goal, their ultimate goal, is to try to make things right, to make things the way they should be, to protect the public, protect their own interest, and move on down the road so that everybody's safe and happy. That's the common goal. We all want everybody to be safe and happy. So I'm going to focus a little bit on the last bullet point here. That bullet point to me sums up a lot of what I do on a day-to-day basis, and that is we try to help the operator. I try to help the operator look at things from a different perspective and achieve what we want to achieve by looking at things from a different perspective. Okay. So, as we go through this, here's what we're going to do. No, seriously. So to sum this up, let me just keep this going. Some of the ways that we do that, some of the ways that we get engaged and accomplish what we set out to do is we get out into the community. We participate with the 811 groups in our local states. We participate with, as Angela put it, we go out to these exercises. I helped out John Jacoby here recently by teaching a class that he was not going to be able to make. We do things like that. We're here to help support and get things done. We're here to engage with the public, get out, be a face. I have participated in several events over the last several months, me and my counterpart, And people have actually walked up to us, operators, excavators, the 811 folks, and they've said to us, wow, PHMSA's here. I can't believe you guys are here participating. This is great. Are you going to be able to keep doing this? The change from reporting to the Region 2 headquarters has been a big positive for us in the Southwest region. That is no reflection on Rod Seeley. Rod has a big job to do, and we were there to support him. We still support him. We're there to fill the calls. We're there to help do a little dirty work research to help figure out why something is happening here or why something is happening there. That is what we're here for. We are, as I like to say, we're the gophers, we're the grunts. We're here to get the job done, and we'll do whatever it takes to get it done. We go out, we engage. Some of the things that we've done, I don't know if any of you go through Dallas or go through Denver or make it to the nation's capital. The 811 campaigns that we've run on the rail system, on the commuter system, have been overwhelmingly positive. We've gotten lots of feedback. The 15 states that we're running the electronic signs in to display the 811 message to get that out. It goes right in and plays right in hand with the excavation rule that came out recently and what we're trying to accomplish there. Anyway, our goal is to help the landowner understand, help the operator understand, help them communicate on a more level playing field. Help the landowner understand that there's some things we can do, some things we can't do, and to get them to accept that as best we can. Anyway, I'm going to stop there, so if there's any questions, I know I might have gone a minute over. I apologize, Rebecca, but thank you very much.